Put your hands together for the wonderful, beautiful Sally Mullins, everybody.
Applause, applause.
I did not know who she was talking about. People usually just call me sexy. It's actually the LA way to say you're not beautiful.
Oh my God.
I'll take it. It sounds a lot better than you're not beautiful. Keisha and I have known each other long before we stopped looking our age. Keisha has that amazing business going on with her skincare, and what a perfect girl to be selling skincare. I don't think I could pull that off. I could probably sell meth. I have never been able to sell anything successfully except my vagina. I love this show. I love this Friday night show. I love the comics. This is actually one of my favorite shows. Court and his buddies were so cool. They watched my comedy special. A lot of people watched my comedy special because my comedy special dropped right at the start of the pandemic. It was the de facto watch of the season. Yeah, it's been pretty great. It's talking about, you know, comedy and life, but it's also talking about how I've been in porn for the past 20 years.
Oh, wow.
If you've never seen my porn, that's okay. I'm not really famous for it. If you have seen my porn, you might be watching too much porn. Yeah, it's called Sleazy Does It, so definitely check it out. And a lot of people are saying it's cool because it's a woman talking about something different. But I just want to clarify that there are a lot of women who do porn and also do comedy. It's just that I'm the only one who has a special about it. Yeah, I'm just. I got a hold for my laughs. I got dogs in the background. They're rescues. Can you hear them? I have 5 cats. But before you go crazy cat ladying me, okay, I also have 3 dogs. So it turns out I'm just a lady. Thank you. Yeah, none of my pets have shots. I guess I'm an anti-vaxxer. Not so much politics, I'm just broke. You know, my friends are like, I hope that you take all those dogs to the dog park. I have 5 dogs. My backyard is a dog park. Thank you. A little humor. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the porn. Yeah, I have been kind of trying to look for somebody to date in the pandemic, but then I got a little bit scared about it, you know? I'm just a little bit scared, not just of getting hurt. I mean, I'm scared of getting sick. So I'm taking it really, really slow, like a good girl. But it's not like I'm gonna wait for someone to put a ring on it, all right? I'm not waiting for a ring. I'm waiting for a vaccine. Yeah. So you won't see this on Facebook, but you might see this. The Band-Aid, it means someone's getting laid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I created a dating profile. And I'm not monogamous, but I don't put that on my dating profile. I prefer to just let guys find that out. I know that's probably not really fair, but hey, life isn't fair. And the guys who I talk to on the dating sites are so much younger than me that I can say stuff like, life isn't fair. They just have to accept it that older people say that, you know? I don't like them like so much younger. I've tried to get away from that. I mean, like pre-COVID, sometimes I'd be out and I'd be checking out a dude, and I could tell that that guy was thinking like, ooh, she's not that young. And I'd be thinking, ooh, you're not that cute. Let's do this. Let's do this. That was us before COVID. Before COVID. Back before social distance dating. Let me tell you guys what social distance dating is, okay? It's basically guys mansplaining the Spanish flu. So I watched a documentary on the Spanish flu because I don't want to be talked down to. Spoiler alert, it's the same masks. Fuck, there go my dogs. All right, so hey, one thing before I get this, oh, I stopped, didn't turn my timer on, that's okay. I just have like one more fucking thing before my dogs go off. Did you guys see, speaking of stuff that's that you watch apart from our show, which I love this Zoom show. I love Zoom shows. I love doing comedy, and a lot of comics, they don't want to do the Zoom shows. But I'm like, look, it might feel a little weird, but at least you look skinny. Right? This is like the bobblehead comedy tour. I love it, man. I look so skinny on Zoom. The other day, I got onto a Zoom mic, and I heard this guy say, hey, it's Iggy Pop. And then after a while, they were like, well, Iggy's got jokes. I want to give it up to Keisha personally because I know that she went to a protest today.
Woo! It's my roommate Noelle.
That rocks. Keisha, yeah, she invited me to it, and I haven't gone to any protests. I should have, and somebody said to me like, Sally, you need to go and be a white ally and show people that you're not Karen, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Because Black people need to know that not all white middle-aged women are like Karen, you know? And I said, well, I love Black people, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna donate to like a Black Lives Matter organization. So I found this one. It was called We the Protesters, and I gave them $50. And then I didn't get a receipt or anything. And I was like, oh, what? Part of me wanted to go, can I speak to your manager? Love Karen. All right, that went well, good. I mean, well, you know, fuck it, give it up for me. That's so cool. That's so cool. So coming to, sorry, I'm gonna mute if my dogs get fucking crazy. You know, they're just protecting me from Zoom bombers. Coming to this is a dude who I've actually worked with. I've worked with him back when people actually showed up, did comedy into the mic, and spat on everybody. I want you to give it up for number one. Nobody has had a cold in 4 months. And two, I want to hear it for the lovable curmudgeon. Let's give it up for Joel Brill.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sally. It's great to not have to drive to a show. Right? Terrific. The last show I was in Vegas before I quarantined, and I drove there. And man, things have changed since I was young. When I was a young man, I could drive to Vegas, excuse me, in about 4 hours. This last trip, 6.5 hours. I still drive fast. It's just I have to keep stopping to pee.
Yeah.
My wife is like, the older people laugh at that. Thanks, Rick. My wife, is there a way we can do this without stopping so much? Depends.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
The drive home took a lot longer. I actually got pulled over by the police. Let me give you a little advice, people. If you get stopped by the police, keep your mouth shut. This cop comes over to my car, sticks his head in the window, and he goes, "Do you know how fast you were going?" I'm a smartass, so I mimicked him. I said, "Do you know how fast I was going?" The son of a bitch arrested me for impersonating an officer.
Very good.
You know, at my age, older people, we have a lot of challenges. And one of the biggest challenges, people think we're confused. And the fact is, it's just that you younger people keep changing the meaning of words we've used our whole lives. For example, a hacker, to me, that's somebody with bronchitis. If something goes viral, you need to see a doctor. Friends with benefits, that's just a friend with Social Security and Medicare that I'm having sex with. So I'm really excited. I recently lost about 100 pounds.
Woo!
Thank you. Actually, it was 70, but I'm rounding up. It's been a long journey. First I tried joining a gym, and that was a rather unpleasant experience. People that work in my gym, they're jerks. I was on the exercise bike one day for an hour and a half, and the gym manager comes over with an attitude and goes, "Sir, if you're not going to pedal." Then the bastard took one of my donuts. I've been on diets, man. I have been on and off every single diet at least 2 or 3 times. Hell, I've been on and off Jenny Craig more times than Mr. Craig. A friend of mine said, try 12-step programs. He said, it doesn't matter which one you go to. They're all the same. Just go to the one closest to your house. So I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. And I went in, I looked around. I was surprised. These people don't look like drunken bums. Narcotics Anonymous. And I walked in, I looked around and surprised. These people don't look like crackheads. I walked into Overeaters Anonymous. There's nothing anonymous about that. Actually, what I really did was I went to UCLA Medical Center and joined their weight loss program. It's a unique process where they have you cut out 75% of the carbs, 75% of the fats, and 75% of your bank account. That way you can't afford to buy food. Actually, what they did was a surgical procedure, and they cut out 75% of my stomach. But before the surgery, you have to get authorization from like 6 different doctors. One of them is a psychiatrist. And my wife, who I lovingly refer to as a dream killer, she's like really excited. It's good you're seeing a shrink. You're always acting angry. But I'm not acting. I'm sitting with the shrink, and she's getting frustrated with me. And she goes, let's try something different. Let's play a fantasy game. if you could do it over, would you marry your wife again? I said, no. She said, well, what if that meant you wouldn't have the same kids you have today? I was like, oh, well, this game just keeps getting better and better. After the surgery, the doctor told me it was very important every morning, first thing in the morning, get on the scale naked and weigh yourself. So the next day I got on the scale naked and weighed myself, and now they don't let me back in the gym.
Oh, no.
I told you they were jerks. This one's a visual. My friend Murray has Parkinson's disease, and it really shows up in his right hand. And my little grandkids play soccer together. We were at a game one day, and I'm standing there with Murray, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, dude, your hand's really freaking the little kids out. Can you do something about it? Murray put his hands in his pocket. Murray's court date is next Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a slice of heaven. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Joel Brill.
Oh, way to start it off. Nice work, dude. And congratulations on losing all that weight.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I have always been thin.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the way, another thing that is happening online is that sometimes I talk to guys on the dating sites who have already had COVID-19. That's right, COVID survivors, yeah. So we've got guys on the dating sites now offering antibodies and chill. Good shit. All right, Joel Brill, I love this shirt. Joel Brill has his own merch, is what that means, okay? Something out with his Venmo, and he can send you one of his lovable curmudgeon shirts. And I do the same with my panties. Coming to the stage next. All right, I have worked with this young lady before, actually at the Comedy Store. It's been a while since I've seen her, so it's great to see you. She's an actress and stand-up comic. She recently played young Matilda the Hun in Afterglow, the musical.
Yes.
Keep going. Arlene Ward.
Yay. All right. Welcome to quarantine, everyone. Yay! I'm coming to you from Oxnard, California, where I have been quarantined with my boyfriend. We have been going out since 2003. And I love how everyone tries to jump all over me and tell me, well, you know, you are both technically married since you've been going out for so long. And I say, no, I didn't have a party with any of the presents. I don't have any fancy jewelry on. Stop it. So we had lived by ourselves for a long time before we moved in together. And I'll tell you, when you move in together with somebody, and I'm sure everybody here can agree with me, you have to get used to each other's little idiosyncrasies. You know, the bullshit. Not replacing the toilet, you know, like the toilet paper roll after it's finished. Leaving your clothes everywhere, including the kitchen. Really, who forgets to flush? I don't know how he lives with, really. Inside, I'm a neat freak, but my car looks like one soda can away from an episode of Hoarders. So, you've all seen Hoarders before, right? So this is a show where everybody gets in trouble for having too much shit in their house. And then we also have a show called American Pickers, where these two guys drive all over the country looking for people that have too much shit in their house. And can you imagine if we combined the shows together? It would be oh my God, I'll give you $25 for that flattened cat. Fluffy's been on my family for years. I cannot part with Fluffy. Now, I do a lot of stuff, like more internet stuff, obviously, you know, that I'm quarantined, and I happen to be like, I came across an article on Discover magazine, as you will. And did you know, a couple of years ago, they found in the Indonesian like rainforest this giant bee that they thought was extinct. And they were able to find out that it was not extinct, and it could be possibly like the last one or two that they find. And I thought, well, fantastic for that bee, because if they would have found it in my house in Oxnard, it would be extinct. I went to battle with a spider last night, and I thought I was going to die because I inhaled all of the insecticide that I was spraying on it from above. I was using my COVID masks and some sunglasses. So, I mean, so then they had found that bee, and, you know, this year, of course, with everything else, they found the murder hornets. But guess what? We don't hear about the murder hornets anymore. I guess they had their 15 minutes of fame and flew away. But isn't it funny? It's like murder hornets. The name sounds like it's really should be for a, you know, a southern redneck high school football team. Or if they decided to redo West Side Story, then, you know, maybe instead of the Sharks and the Jets, it would be the Murder Hornets versus the Kardashians. So I'm so glad that the Murder Hornets are kind of like out of the area, out of here, because my father's in New Hampshire, and last summer he was weed whacking around the house and nicked a wasp's nest, and he was chased by wasps through the yard, and he was stung 12 times on his head and broke 3 ribs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't tell you how I wish I had the video, because I would be rich, because that is hysterical. To think of him running around. So when I was a kid, my father used to travel a lot for work, and he would be out, and when he would come back, he would open up his wallet and then tell us he was going to consult his magic wallet to find out exactly what my sister and I did wrong during the entire time that he was gone for work. Oh, Charlene, I see that you left your toys in the living room again. Oh, Maureen, I see that you left your rag doll outside again. So it's amazing that as kids, we really believed that he had a magic wallet to tell the future, and never questioned why it didn't have any money. Nor why it didn't alert him of the wasps, to be quite honest with you. So when we're in quarantine, at first here in the Los Angeles area, you heard a lot of people begging for the beaches to be opened. And then they were open, and then they were closed, and people were protesting. And what was fascinating to me was that people were going out to see the bioluminescent waves, and then they were demanding to go to the beach. We live in an area where people won't eat gluten, but they're going to swim in red tide. That's what causes the bioluminescent waves, is red tide. So, oh my gosh, what's that smell? Is that the beach? No, that's dead fish. Dead fish. So, also on Facebook, you have noticed that people, and this is a very strange thing for me, that people on Facebook will ask their Facebook fam to borrow stuff. Like, hey, Facebook fam, anybody have a wood chipper I can borrow? Hey, I need a bread maker. Oh, I'm doing an audition. It's just like, I don't understand this. I'm not trusting with my stuff. I mean, I lent my alarm clock to a friend, and it came back with a melted indent from their freebasing spoon. Oh, 90s. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Awesome job.
Sorry. Charlene, I'm so sorry about your alarm clock. Okay, I fucked that up. What do I even need an alarm clock for anyway?
Not today.
Right? Not now. Oh yeah. Speaking of, everybody was like, we have a show tonight, TGIF. TGIF, in quarantine, TGIF is replaced by OGIF. Oh God, it's Friday. Who the fuck knows? One thing though, here's something I have to recommend. Oh my God, the Epstein documentary on Netflix is really, really good. It's really worth watching. And it's only 4 episodes, so it doesn't feel like a relationship.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. I watched it, the Jeffrey Epstein documentary, and I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, I've got to start making more money. Thank you. All right. So let's move on to someone who is a regular in this show, okay? She is here to dish the dirt, and she does it so well. She is a housekeeper, celebrity housekeeper, actually, to the stars. She's gonna let us know a lot of people's dirty little secrets. Give it up for Rosa Mendoza.
Yes. Hello. How are you, everybody, tonight? Happy COVID. Happy COVID. Okay. Oh, I'm having so much fun in the house. Hello there. Oh, I saw your sleazy video. So I did. Sally Mullins, I saw the sleaziness. All your sleaziness. It was excellent. I love it. I love it. I think you did a great job. So, you know, did you know that I'm going to be a grandmother? Yes, I'm going to be a grandmother. Yes, and you know I'm going to teach him like a grandmother should. The first thing I'm going to teach him is I'm going to teach him never smoke, never, ever smoke, because you know it makes your lungs all black, like horrific, terrible. No, your grandmother will teach you how to bake your cookies so you don't have to smoke. That's right. Right. And I'm going to teach him how to say curse words, because you know when everything else fails, if you curse at people, it scares them away. So that's a very good thing to teach people. So that's it. Sometimes, you know, Joe Biden, he says, get a bat. It scares people away. I say, cuss them out. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. So I will tell them that. And the last thing, the next thing I'm going to teach him how to lie. You know, it's a very, very good skill in life. I mean, who knows? He too could become president of the United States of America. Of course. So I know you're all waiting to hear all the dirt that Rosa has for you tonight. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the people I work for. Oh, they're such trash. Most of them trash, garbage. But you know, they pay very well. You know, and when they give away stuff, oh, it's good stuff. I like it. So I'm kind of a hoarder, a little bit. I have a lot of stuff. But you know, those Kardashians, I worked for them for a while. The time, I never forget the time that I went for the interview. I knock on the door, ring the bell, and this little door opens. Hello? I said, hello, I am Rosa Mendoza, celebrity housekeeper to the stars. Okay, so I'm here for my interview. They opened the door. I said, oh my God, these people did not have any makeup on. They were ugly. Oh my God. If they were in a trailer camp, they would fit right in, I tell you that. They just pull up an aluminum chair and put it in the dirt garden in front of the trailer. Perfect for them. And you know, they need direction to the bathroom to go put on some makeup. So they named their kids directions, north and east. So, hey, I don't know. They're terrible. You know, I work for J-Lo. Poor J-Lo. Oh, that girl is such a mess. You know, she's such a beautiful body. Don't believe it. That butt of hers, that big butt, is a strap-on. That's right.
No.
And when she doesn't have it on, oh my God, she is a bitch. And you know, she cannot even sing. Without that strap-on butt, she cannot sing, she cannot dance, she doesn't even smile. I said, go eat a piece of steak or something, make yourself happy, okay? Because you are not happy. You are like J-Lo from God only knows where. And I tell you another thing, every night, oh, when she was pregnant with those two little twins, oh my God. Do you know what J-Lo likes? Froyo. Froyo. I had to go to every Froyo shop in New York to get her Froyo. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm lurking in New York, down 12th Avenue, down 2nd Avenue. Oh my God, Froyo, Froyo, Froyo. You'd think she would get a bigger butt, but no, not her, no. But, and Beyonce, do you know, I don't know how Jay-Z did it, but she eats a lot of broccoli and then she farts. But her farts, they smell like roses. I don't know how they did it. I just don't know how they did it. But I will tell you one thing. That butt of hers is not a strap-on. Real thing. It is. Oh my God. And you know, my favorite person in the whole world is Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper. You know that gay guy that works on CNN. I just love him so much. He's such a good guy. But, you know, I was there when his mother died. When Gloria Vanderbilt, oh, she died. Do you know he kept me up all night trying on her clothes. He was so happy. He got all my clothes. And he would try them on, and then he would come out and he would go, so, Rosa, wake up. How does this look? Does it make me look fat? I said, oh my God, Anderson Cooper, you're like a feather. Go back to your bed. Leave me alone. I'm not going to disturb you. You're going to look fat. You look like Anderson Cooper. Go put on your mink coat and go to sleep. Be happy. Be happy. So anyway, but he did, you know, you wonder why I have such good camera technique. He taught me. He would sit me down. He had a little studio and he would sit me down. He goes, okay, Rosa, say welcome to CNN. I said, I don't have to work at CNN. He goes, you don't have to work at CNN. I don't want to work at CNN because Rosa is not fake news, okay? Everything Rosa says is the truth. Oh my God. But I had to leave there because he bothered me too much. Well, you know, he had a baby and he named that baby Wyatt. I don't understand how a gay man can name his child as a cowboy. Because, you know, in West Hollywood, when they had the Blockbuster, you know, the video store, they would never even keep John Wayne movies in there. But he named his kid Wyatt. It's after his father, some crazy actor from West Hollywood. Anyway, so welcome to another edition of Rosa Mendoza, Celebrity Housekeeper to the Stars. We will see you next time. I hope you're having a good lockdown and good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I think all cowboys are gay. And Rosa, I wish you would come clean my house. I mean, I don't know. I put the order.
Keep wishing, Sally Mullins.
Yeah, I really appreciate you watching my special. I appreciate the support. A little ass kissing with me goes a long way. And this butt isn't fake, okay? This butt is not fake. That's for all the guys who buy my panties. If you're gay, I'll send you them for free. I just want you to critique them. I just want you to be like, girl, you know, you could do better. All right, coming to the stage next. This show is kicking ass. You guys feel free to laugh and get crazy. If you have to mute because of your dogs, this is like laughing when this Charo shit is laughing when we can't hear you. So do that as well. That shit is fun. Coming to the stage next, it's the lady who puts the show together for us every week. I've known her for like 15 fucking years. She still looks younger than me. I'm kind of pissed about it, but give it up and keep it going. Let's hear it for Keisha Norton.
Keisha! Yeah.
Guys, woo! Give it up for my roommate Noelle. Woo! Roommates that protest together, stay together. Woo! So my friend that I grew up with, she lives in Florida. They had a bad storm, so you're gonna have to tune in next time when she shows up so that you can hear the story, because it's such a crazy story. But anyway, I just recently had an anniversary, and I can't believe it. I actually did the math. I've been living in LA for 20 years, you guys.
Woo.
I can't believe it. Like, I came out to LA for 2 years, and then I forgot to leave. And then my mom said, when I was actually in the process of getting divorced, and my mom said, Keisha, you just better go out to LA because you've always wanted to live by the ocean. Lake Erie was never good enough for you. And she goes, this is the only time in your adult life that you will be mobile. Listen to her. I ran. And then she said, and just remember, all nuts tilt to the west. And then my dad said, well, then you'll really fit in. Danny's girl, get over it. Okay, somebody's being admitted. Like multitasking Zoom comedy, and I don't know how to turn off that noise. I've been trying all night and last time too. So anyway, everyone keeps saying, I want to get back to work. I want to get back to work. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure before this whole lockdown, I was praying to God to get me the fuck out of catering. Going, God, get me out of here. Get me out of here. And he did. But I'm pretty sure my prayers did not include a pandemic. So now I'm praying a little more specifically. I'm saying, God, please make me funnier. I'm not Jewish. I think that joke is actually going to end the pandemic. It's worth a try. So everyone keeps saying they want to go back to work, and I'm like, I'm in the food service professional. I'm a food service professional. Do you know what it's like serving appetizers at a funeral? I'm really sorry for your boss, but having blanket. That one hit last time. And I love working from home. It's great. I don't feel like I'm in kindergarten anymore because at work, I have to tell my boss, I have to tell my manager, I have to tell my coworkers, I have to tell my agent when I have to go pee. When I work at home, I feel like I'm free. I'm like, woo, I can pee. And no one knows. It's really and when I used to be married, I used to have the parties. Now that I'm divorced, I work at the parties. My profession, God, they keep coming in the middle of my act. What the hell? Can't a girl do it? Welcome to the show. So I was married for 10 years and happy for one.
Oh.
No, don't worry about it. I'm a lot happier now. Get over it already. Okay. But my husband was like Trader Joe. He sold me something, and then he started selling it. You can think about it. You ever get something at Trader Joe's you loved, and then you shop, and it's not on the shelf anymore?
Yeah.
That never. Okay, apparently it's just me. I must really be a middle child. Okay. So my husband, he was really hot. He was eye candy. And I got married for all the right reasons. Like, I got married to a hot Italian stallion.
Woo!
And then within the first year, he stopped selling me gnocchi. No. And then, well, obviously we got divorced, so I'm just going to go into this. So when I was divorced, it was like this race to who's going to get remarried first. And I'm like, go ahead. And he did. And I found out about it on Facebook.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Right? I know. And then I found out on Instagram that he got divorced again. And now I'm just waiting for Twitter to tell me he's gay. And when I called my dad to tell him that Guy, my mom used to go, why is his name Guy? It's not funny. His name's Guy on the street. Like, why is his name Guy? I'm like, Mom, he's sitting right there. Why don't you? So, anyway, Sally, are you timing me? Okay, I'm having
You're good.
I gotta tell you, this menopause is horrible.
Oh, shit.
I've been on vacation from a man for 6 years. No offense, but I'm gonna go with it. It's called menopause brain. Okay. So anyway, when I was little, I was the only daughter, and I really wanted a little sister so badly. But my mom got her tubes tied. Bitch. So, as a 6-year-old, I had to take matters into my own hands. So I grabbed my little brother, Gregory, and I would curl his hair in pink, spongy curlers. And I was like, Greg, now you know how I feel. And then in the morning, I'd pull him out, and he had longer hair than me. He had this beautiful yellow curly hair. And then I put him in a pink dress and makeup, and I was like, Mommy, wow, this is wonderful. Okay, so anyway, I was like, Mommy, look, I have a little sister. Now, Daddy can't be his favorite. Anyway, I'm just gonna sign off with that. Thanks, everybody.
He should do a little extra time because it's her fucking show.
Yeah.
Actually, divorcee. I think one divorce is very hot. I want to find a guy with one divorce. I'll be like,
what is this? Why did you ever got birthday, anniversary, Christmas, Valentine's? What?
What's that noise?
yeah, let's clear it up before the next comic.
Yeah, because I can't even see you. It's on Rosa.
Mute yourself. You just gotta mute yourself. You know, like you go up into the blue box and
I can't find it.
that would rock. Thank you. But yeah, we get it. Like Zoom is very freaking challenging, but hey, it is what it is, and at least my boobs look really big. I already
You
sound
You lose.
so
Let's go.
I had to definitely find something else. And it's also so cool. We have over 30 people here now. Give it up for that. Give it up for a full Friday night. That rocks. We have people doing comedy and then their parents here to watch them. My parents have never seen my comedy. But you know what they've also never seen? My porn. I'll take the neglect. I'll take the neglect. Okay, hey, coming to the stage next. This guy, I haven't met him before. It's a weird first way to meet someone over Zoom, but I do webcam, so hey, I can handle it. Let's have some serious laughter and love for Eric Bronstein.
Woo! That's me, everybody.
Eric.
I think I did meet you on a webcam once, though. I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. How's everybody doing? Let's get excited. Yeah. I actually like doing these virtual shows. I'm a big fan of these virtual shows. I've been doing a lot of them lately. I have 4 Zoom shows this week. Thank you very much. Yeah. Next week, I'm actually headlining a PDF file. So I'm actually trying to get booked on an Excel spreadsheet. I don't know if anyone knows how you get on one of those. As you can see right now, I'm in New York City. There you go. See that? Yeah. This is a fake background because the real New York City is on fire.
Yeah.
But anyway, Zoom comedy shows, I'm getting used to them. Like, they're very different than live comedy shows. Like, on a live comedy show, you might see an audience member leave to use the bathroom. On a Zoom comedy show, you'll see an audience member use the bathroom. So, and Zoom shows are weird. They're weird, right? Because I'm like looking at the boxes, and it's hard to tell like who's a comic and who's an audience member. I think I have it figured out. The audience members have nice apartments, so there you go. That was a sad comic joke right there. I got some good news. I got my stimulus check. Thank you very much. Just got it. Yeah, from the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. They're kind of behind right now. But I did get my check today, $1,200, which I live in New York City. So now I can pay my rent in 1974. So it's good. Anyone here, how about that COVID, huh? You know why they call it COVID-19? Anyone know? Because 2019 was the year it was first contracted. Which really doesn't work with any other viruses. Like, you can't be like, I want to have sex with you, but I got the herpes 08. I don't think that's going to work. She'd be like, that's okay. I have HPV 14. So actually, New York City, the area of New York City that had the most corona cases, I don't know if anyone knows, Corona Queens, which kind of scares me because I just moved to AIDS, New Jersey. So tough room. I'm tired of surgical masks. That's like just I can't stand the surgical masks. Like, they're just really hard to breathe in. So this is what I do to fix them. I cut a giant hole in the nose and mouth area. It makes them work much better. Thank you for the pity laughs. The other day I saw a guy. He's just walking around. He had his surgical mask on his chin, which is like, it's not even on his face. Like, does it even work? It's kind of like wearing a condom on your testicles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anyone's taken hydrochloric. What is it called? Hydrochloric, whatever you call it.
Chloroquine.
Yeah. I would never take it, only because I can't pronounce it. You know, I'd be at the pharmacy like, yeah, give me some hydro. You know what? Fuck it. Just give me some bleach. How about that? All right. I don't mind the face masks, but the people who are wearing bandanas as face masks, I can't. That's ridiculous, right? All right, you're social distancing. You're not robbing a stagecoach, okay? Bandanas look stupid. That's why we put them on dogs, because they can't complain about them. So you're gonna love this next joke. I'm in New York City. A lot of looting going on in New York City. Actually, some New Yorkers are pro-looting and some New Yorkers are against it. So they kind of compromised. New York City is allowing alternate side looting. On Tuesday and Thursday, you can hit Macy's, and then Wednesday and Friday, you can loot Target. So,
Oh, shit.
comedy, everybody. Yeah, that's an evil laugh. I can take that. I'm very bored right now. I'll tell you how bored I am because I'm in quarantine. The other day I read a book. That's how bored I am. All right. It wasn't even a book. It was Netflix with subtitles. So there you go.
No.
They actually need to change Netflix for this quarantine. You know when you're on Netflix for a while and the thing pops up and says, "Are you still here?" I mean, I'm fucking quarantined. Where am I going to be? All right. They should change the message to "Are you still alive?" I think that would be better. A lot of New Yorkers are infected with COVID. It's kind of scary. They say 1 out of 4 New Yorkers are infected with COVID, which is crazy. We even have a name for them. They're called Postmates delivery people. So anyway, come on, comics. I need you to laugh at these jokes. It's hard to get to New York City. You can't even get tested in New York City. Do you know in New York City, they won't even test you until you've been dead for a minimum of 3 weeks? That's true. I can't even pay my rent. I'm trying to cancel my rent with my landlord. Anyone doing that here? It's like impossible. It's harder to cancel your rent than it is to cancel Louis C.K.'s comedy career. Did I get the light yet?
Not yet, almost.
Damn it!
30 more seconds.
I'm doing a lot of laundry. Anyone here doing laundry? That's all you're doing during this thing. Yeah, this is how much I'm sick of doing laundry. I hate laundry so much now, I've stopped masturbating, all right?
Oh, no.
It's just too much work. I'm just here.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, that's it for me. Good night, everybody.
You could have another bit. Anyway, you did great. You did great. Eric Bronstein. That was great. Just a little bit douchey. Just douchey enough to survive in New York. Okay?
Yeah. Doesn't translate well to LA, I think. I don't know.
Fucking Postmates. He's perfect. Okay, that was really great. Hey, gay guys, doesn't he look like Brian from Queer as Folk?
All right. I hope that's a compliment.
Hal Sparks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about Lindsey Graham? Do I look like him?
No.
Sparks, who plays Brian in Queer as Folk, pretty fucking douchier than him, okay? But still very funny. That's how it goes. Woo! Give it up for New York. Yeah, what's all that fucking interference?
Yeah, I'm getting
Let's try and take care of that before we bring up the next comic.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Comics.
It's Barbara.
I think if somebody has something going off, you can like mute them, right? All right, cool,
I muted a bunch of people and Barbara's muted, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. If it gets to be too much, I'm gonna send you 2 pair of my panties in the mail. Stage. All right, coming to the stage next to last, people. That means she is our feature comedian, next to last comedian. This lady is a regular in our show. She's a good friend of Keisha's. She has a really cute accent, and enjoy her. Yeah, that's right, baby. Please give it up, everybody, at Friday Night Funnies, and keep it going for Tracy Esposito.
Oh, thank you, Sally. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. You're such a great host. Thank you for the nice intro. So I go to 12-step meetings on Zoom and I don't show my face because, like, you know, my boyfriend's like, oh, you have issues with intimacy because you don't show your face. I said, no, I have issues with IBS, okay? I don't want people seeing me get up to go to the bathroom. All right. Okay, good. Everyone laughed. Okay. So I'm from Staten Island. People say, you know, out here in California, they go, where's Staten Island? Like, you know, they don't, you know, they're just weird. So I go, they're like, Staten Island, where is that? I go, oh, that's where they throw the bodies. And they're like, what? And you know, I'm like, you know, Jimmy Hoffa. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Shit, they don't give a shit, right? People think when you're from Staten Island, they're going to kill you. Let me tell you something. Just don't take our parking spot and don't walk into a grocery store without a mask or we will beat the shit out of you. I watch TMZ. Okay. They got a new movie out, The King of Staten Island. Did you see this shit? They got a movie out. They didn't even call me. I call up my negative sister. I go, what do you think of this movie, The King of Staten Island? She goes, it looks like shit. They made us look like shit. It looks like the ghetto. Whatever. Okay. Nothing's ever happy. She's going back to work next week, my sister. You know, she's going back to work. Hold on a second. Can you leave the faucet? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I said, let's see, what was I was saying again? Oh, so she's going back to work. I said, listen, if you're going back to work, are you scared? Are you scared? And she said, well, you know, I gotta be honest with you. I gained a few fucking pounds. I don't want to go back as a fat bastard. I said, okay, so it's all about the looks. It's all about the look. So, you know, she's been a little bit down. We've all been down. It's been a stressful week. It's been a stressful few months. So she went to the doctor. She said, listen, I think I might, she goes, I think I might need an antidepressant. She goes, and he goes, okay, I have something for you. She goes, what's the side effect? And he said, weight gain. She goes, what the fuck? I'm already coming in here telling you I need to lose weight, and you want to put me on something with weight gain? Give me my $3 copay back. $3 copay, Obamacare. No, just kidding. That's good. Okay. I mean, she's, you know what I mean? Oh, you guys are nice. I mean, 20 years ago, I went to the movies with her. I never go to the movies with my sister. She's like a few years older than me. We never go to the movies, but we went to see, remember that movie, Stepford Wives? We went to go see that. And I'm walking in with her, and all of a sudden the young kid looks at us and he goes, oh, the film broke. He goes, the screening of the film broke. He goes, do you want to see Garfield instead? And he puts his head down. He puts his head down. And I'm like, you know me, I'm like, oh, and she looks at, she leans into the glass window. She goes, hey, Sonny, look at me. And he put his head up and he went like this. She goes, look at me. Do I look like I want to see Garfield? All right. Sonny, okay. You like that? You guys are nice. So you guys are nice. Doesn't look good. King of, yeah. So, yeah, she's the type, if you go to, like we were at a wedding one time and my other sister, Sarah, was holding a baby, and Teresa, my sister Teresa, the negative one, goes, look at that baby she's holding. She's holding the ugliest baby in here. Is that funny? I don't know. There's something there. She don't give a shit. Yeah. Yeah, we go dark. We're going dark today. Yeah, I'm really sorry about all this looting going on this week. Some lady came out with the Cheesecake Factory. She came out with a whole thing on the glass thing and everything, holding the pie in the hand. I said, oh shit, that would be me, but I would have two hands with the pie. One in one hand. That's the only place I would get. So I went to the doctors though. I went to the gynecologist. I'm not going to get graphic. I'm 52. It's almost dried up. But when you go during coronavirus, I had my little mask on. Everyone's covered like Neil Armstrong. I mean, I look like I was at NASA. You know what I mean? They're running around with the astronaut suits on. I felt like I was at space camp. I said, take those gloves off, bitch. Take those gloves off. I mean, the astronaut gloves. If you're going to do that to me. So I'm dating someone. He just finished eating. He's still eating. Okay, he just had a Zoom dress rehearsal for a play. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, do they have Zoom dress rehearsals? Is that his way of getting out of shit? Come and see me. Zoom rehearsal. Sally, you let me know when. I fucking forgot to put my timer on. That never happens. But yeah, a Zoom dress rehearsal. He's laughing in the background. What the fuck? Come over here, whatever. Because you watch so many reality shows. I said, he goes, do you read the New York Times? I said, no, I'm watching Shahs of Sunset tonight. I'm not going to read the New York Times. But when we get into fights, he goes, you know what? This reminds me of Shahs of Sunset. Housewives of Beverly Hills, Below Deck, Vanderpump Rules. I said, for someone who hates reality shows, you sure know every fucking title. Right? He's a nice guy, though. Very cute, very nice. But my kitchen looks like a bomb went off. You know what I mean? He just can't he's like, I'm going to make a shake. And like every vegetable and fruit that you could ever think of came out of that refrigerator. But he's cute. He has this thing where he tells a story and he pauses when he tells the story. You ever get people like this? Did you say time? Because I don't want to go over.
Yeah, you've got like 40 seconds.
Oh, 40 seconds. Okay. Oh my God, you got the bell. Okay, so this is how he tells a story. So the man was chasing me, and all of a sudden, and he looks up to the sky. I said, "Can you fucking finish the story? I'm dying over here. I'm gonna start talking to you about my personal. There's something."
Thinking about what I'm gonna say.
Oh my God, he tries to get involved. Hey, your dress rehearsal for Zoom was enough, okay, buddy? Listen, you guys have been a great crowd. Thank you so much for coming to see me tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks, Kim.
Oh, Tracy's got a boyfriend. Who has Zoom rehearsals? Bring him over here. Let me cougar him a little bit.
Oh shit!
Come on. I want to show him what a tired old porn star looks like.
Oh no!
All right, he's shy. I know how these thespians are. We're outside Zoom. Okay, Zoomio and Juliet over there coming to the stage last. This lady, our headliner tonight, I want some serious love for her. She's cool. I've worked with her before. I've Zoomed with her before. She's been seen on the TV show Shameless. She's also been on Conan. That means she did comedy without a microphone, but she's here all professional and shit for us tonight. Give it up for Mary Kennedy.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Mary!
Let's hear it for Keisha for putting this together and for Sally for hosting such a great show. And all
Sally!
Yes. And if somebody can get a picture of me in front of a gunkwit, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, thank you. There you go. There, bring those cameras up. Because I was on Shameless season 7, I played an out-of-work prostitute who worked for food named New Fiona. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's and it wasn't a big reach because now I'm an out-of-work comic who delivers food to people. So I am the Uber Eats for my children. All right. We just had Cheesecake Factory because God forbid my husband gets off of his ass. Anyway, my husband thinks he's on a perpetual vacation. We'll get into that a little later. So I was in Shameless. I'm a larger size girl. Thank you very much. Here in LA, people tell me I should get gastric bypass, even though I'm a size 16. But hey, so, you know, other people have body dysmorphia for me. So anywho, so Shameless, I played a prostitute and I had a nude scene, everybody. The 3 burly young men on the couch, I see you, and you look frightened. I know, I had a nude scene. I had to walk out of a shower naked in the scene. And that made me one of the women of Shameless. If you go on skindaddy.com, you can see Emmy Rossum, Shanola Hampton, Isadora, who played Svetlana, and me. And on this, we all have a bio, just like we do on IMDb. And I feel my bio on skindaddy.com is better than IMDb. Here it is. Milky white Irish girl, where her left breast is bigger than her right. So I'm reporting live from Van Nuys, ladies and gentlemen. That's where I live now, Van Nuys. And I'm in a new series now for Bravo called The Real Housewives of Van Nuys. I watch all the reality series. The Real Housewives of Van Nuys, I take the ladies and we go to the Vallarta market. Really crazy. I go to the DMV and I get my headshots done. And then for some exercise, the ladies and I go and do Bikram yoga at the Bales Bondsman hairstylist tax accountant on Victory. Thank you. So I'm originally from Boston. Is there anybody from Boston here at all?
Yeah.
Woo! Good job. Yes, I'm from Boston, and the accent was getting in the way of my sex life. Like a night of heavy lovemaking, and you turn to the guy next to you and you go, "That's a wicked big pisser you got down there." Go Pats. People say to me, they go, "Are you upset that Tom Brady left, the Patriots?" And I go, "Listen, I was done with Tom Brady when he started wearing a scrunchie and he married Giselle. He didn't marry me, all right? He's not a real Boston boy. I'm hot when I go back to Boston. I put on some LL Bean fleece and some yoga pants, and I look like a Q-tip. All right, look what you're missing, Tom Brady. My mom, growing up, my mom was a single mom, and when my parents got divorced, she started a band. It's true. She started a band which consisted of 40-year-old divorcees singing Hot Stuff and Locomotion, called the Mood Swing. 60s, they're called the Hot Flashes, and then when they're in their 80s, they'll be called the Dry Vaginas. Listen, you can drink heavily after this. You're home. I mean, I was a roadie for my mother's band. You know you were a roadie for your mother's band when next to the refrigerator was a fog machine. I am from Marblehead, Massachusetts. If you look behind me, that's but I'm from Marblehead, 20 minutes north of Boston. It's 4.5 square miles, surrounded by water and regret. Thank you, one person. All right.
Love that joke.
Love that joke.
It's an amazing joke. Anyway, I shared a room with my grandmother, you guys, when I was a kid until I was 18 years old. 18.
Wow.
Yeah, there's nothing like, coming home from a date of heavy petting. Because I was a Catholic girl, so I did everything but the Catholic priests because I wasn't their type. When you come home from a night of heavy petting, grandma's there clinging her rosary beads going, I hope you didn't pull a Mary Magdalene. She was a whore. So, in a Catholic family, you don't talk about sex. You just don't. And so my grandmother decided that she needed to have the talk with me, and she gave me the Bible. And she said, read it cover to cover. And so for you guys, I'm going to give you sort of a rundown of what my feeling is about the beginning of the world and sex and all that. So get some paper and a pen and write it down. Here's the deal. So remember the Garden of Eden where Adam and Eve were? They were in that beautiful Garden of Eden, and Eve wasn't supposed to eat the apple, and they weren't supposed to talk to the serpent. Stranger danger. And but here's the thing: Eve was on a diet. She was on a diet, and she couldn't eat the apple because she only had 1 point left for the day. She was on Weight Watchers. Actually, 2. So she gave the apple to Adam because she was doing her womanly duty and trying to get down to a size 0. She was dieting. So that's actually why we get our period every month now, because Eve was trying to be a good dieter, like all of us. Then you've got Mary. So Mary's sleeping, okay? Mary's sleeping, and she's dreaming of Jason Momoa, and she's sound asleep, and this angel comes down from heaven and taps her on the shoulder and says, guess what? You're going to give birth to Jesus. And she, oh my God. So actually that was the first episode of She Woke Up Pregnant from Lifetime. And then for commissions ever since. And then finally Mary is pregnant, and she's in the desert with her gay best friend, Joseph. And they're in the barn because there was no Cedar Sinai. And she's laying there among the fowl and the hay. And all of a sudden she sees these 3 guys who are give her paprika and incense and look suspiciously like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm Irish Catholic. I'm 100% Irish Catholic. I know I did 23andMe. I spit in the test tube, and I prayed for days because I was praying that I was at least 1% Jewish so I could throw myself a bat mitzvah because I need towels. We've been on quarantine. I work from home because I'm an actor and I'm a comic and I teach. So I've been home, okay? I've had my desk. I've had my computer. It's lovely being by myself for hours when the kids run off to school and the husband runs off to work. But now they're all home and I'm trapped. It's like I'm on house arrest in Van Nuys. Anyway, my husband thinks that he's on vacation. He thinks that he is on a lanai and Wailea, Hawaii. Okay, he wears the same Hawaiian shirt and board shorts every single day. So I have to turn him during the day so he doesn't get bed sores. That's how bad it is. Anyway, I asked him to dye my hair, okay, to dye my hair. And the guy, and there's no question that he's not gay because I dated 4 gay men, because he can't dye hair. So here's the deal. He only dyed up to here, and then he gave me, like, it was all dark here. And for weeks, I had a perpetual yarmulke. Happy Shabbos, everyone. Happy Shabbos. I've been homeschooling, and I do teach, but I gotta say, big F for Mommy. Mommy failed. Mommy, it started so good. I had a schedule. I sat down with them. I talked to them. I went through each subject and said, this is what we need to do. Now I sleep until 2 p.m. I tell them to turn off on their computers and just do anything. Just put anything in there. Just do something. Just leave me alone. So anyway, and my daughter's 13. She graduates 8th grade next week. God bless her. My biggest fear about my daughter is that she'll get pregnant. That's one of my biggest fears. If you have a daughter, that's a fear of mine. So I enrolled her in gymnastics so she never gets her period. That's incredible. So my husband has taken up a new language, everybody. He's learning hieroglyphics. No romance languages for this guy. No Spanish or French. No love letters saying, bonjour, mon ami. No, it's hieroglyphics. So I turned to him, I said, God damn it, don't you dare make the will in hieroglyphics, because God damn it, I want to know what I'm getting, and I don't want to have to watch Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull to figure out what the hell you wrote. So, yeah, like I said, we've been married for 17 years. I asked him, and I hope you can see this, I asked him to spice it up in the bedroom. I said, please, do something. Half Italian, throw me around the room, do anything. Have a pulse. He doesn't speak. So when he does speak, I ignore him. But anyway, I said, please spice it up. And he did this, everybody. Look at me. Look at me. He titty flicked me. My job here is done. And then he went and watched Nova. So I just, oh, that's good. Nova's funny. It ends with a VA. So anyway, I'm menopausal. I am menopausal, and I went to the oldest gyno in the world. He was 100. He had to come into the room with a cane. Okay. He grabbed onto me for dear life because he was afraid he was going to fall. And then he went down to my lady nether regions and said, I can't see a thing down here. Nothing. I can't see a thing. And then he came up to my arm and he grabbed my arm. He goes, you're not going to like what I'm going to say. By the way, it was Bernie Sanders. You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but you know, everything's fine down there, but you got to lose weight. And so what I said to myself is, you couldn't see my vagina, but you could see how much weight I needed to lose. Excellent.
Oh.
Thank God. So I'm in menopause, and I went from Ross Dress for Less, where I could dress like a whore cheaply, to Chico's. Chico's is the store that has sewn-in jewelry because they're so afraid that us 47 to 70-year-olds don't have the energy to put a necklace on anymore, so they just sew it into the store. And they have knobs of turquoise on around your neck. So now I'm going to see a chiropractor for whiplash. And then they always say to us, it's a Chico's kind of day. I can tell you it's never a Chico's kind of day. This is my last joke. So it's being on quarantine, you don't miss a beat. And my son came down to the dining room and he said, Mom, he's 11. You know what? I'm going through puberty. I hear I'm going to have hair in places I didn't even know I have places. I hear my voice is going to change. And then my penis will be enormous. And I said, you know what, kid? You get that from me. My penis and my vagina are the size of a smart car. All right, everybody. I'm interested, which I'm not. All right, I gotta go. I'm exhausted. Love you all. Bye, everybody.
Oh my God.
Eric, very nice.
Very Kennedy.
Very Kennedy.
Thank you. Tracy Esposito.
Great show.
Get married.
8:54 and when we're done. This show is tighter than my pussy before internet. Guys, hi, Joe Dunga. We have a lot of comics here supporting everybody. Make sure we network and communicate. I'm really appreciative. I'm Sally Mullins. I'm going to give it back to Keisha Norton.
Eric, Joel, Rosa Mendoza, and Charlene, thank you so much for tonight. I'm so happy that my video was off for me.
Oh.
Now I'll have to listen to my replay. No wonder why you didn't laugh at my jokes. You couldn't see.
No, we laughed. It was great material. Listen to the recording.
Thanks. All right. No, I know I can edit. I actually know how to edit. And I already got pictures, so we're good. And my roomie, thanks to Noelle for doing the order. And I just want to say we're going to go shine our lights now. At so we got to split. But see you next week. We're here, the same password, every Friday at 7:30. So just please keep joining us. And next week, if there's no violence, we're going to go live on Facebook. So we'll be in Zoom and then going live, which will be really cool. So we'll get more followers and things like that. So put your hands together, everybody, for all of you. Thank you so much.
Great job, Keisha. Great job.
Venmo love. Venmo love for Keisha. Venmo love for Keisha.
Oh,
Yes, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take
Good
care.
job, Sally. Good job, Sally.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, you guys.
Good job.
See
Thanks,
ya.
Sally.
Work with. Yeah, thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Thank you,
my
guys.
End the video.
Thank you.